welcome to Tales from the Tips. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like and hit that subscribe button. Give us a follow. Drop us a comment. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us how your rounds are going, how you're qualifying, everything. And you can always catch Tales from the Tips wherever you find your favorite podcast, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and of course on the Odyssey app. Just download, subscribe, hit the plus button, follow, whatever else you have to do, and enjoy. I'm DA. That guy is 15-year tour caddy Mick Middlemo, and he's finally back.
Back in the country. Good job.
They let you back in.
Good job, too, by the way. Did that on one take.
I did.
Very good.
Well, like I've been practicing.
Proud of you.
Like we know what we say about practice.
Yes. I know it is nice to be back. It's nice to be back in the United States of America.
It's good to be back.
It is.
Before we get into this, I have to make a confession.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second time recording this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Because I, me, made an error.
Mm-hmm.
I solemnly admit that I failed
Again.
to accurately set up our audio system. And so, therefore, we recorded a nice 37-minute podcast last week with no audio.
Looked like one of those old Japanese movies where just lips were moving and nothing was coming out.
Yeah.
Like that kind
literally,
of thing.
we didn't even have, listen, it was this, you want to know how bad it was? I didn't even have, like, room noise. I screwed something up so bad, we didn't even have background room noise.
You were pretty grouchy about that.
Yeah, well, we'll get into why, because actually, and I felt bad. You know this because I texted you the next morning.
Early.
You picked two guys for the Truist to watch, not necessarily win.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys, both your guys finished in the top 20.
Yeah, I know. But it's okay.
So if you're okay with this, I went out and found an expert.
I'm very much okay with it because
I mean, you say all the cameras and everything?
There's cameras, there's microphones, there's everything.
We got to get into that part, too.
Yeah.
We're going to welcome a new team member on. So if you're ready.
I'm ready.
Let's grip it and rip it. Okay. So as you can see, this fancy new setup.
Where the microphones are working.
Microphones are working. Fancy cameras.
Mm-hmm.
We got these plants.
An expert.
Look at the whole
I
setup.
have a couch too because I had a
You
chair.
have a couch?
Yeah, because I had a chair last week. And
You had a chair. We
want-
upgraded it. You complained too much.
I did. I looked like Captain Kirk, and the thing was a bit wobbly. And I'm a big guy, and it was a little wobbly for me, so I didn't really like it.
Well,
It was just,
so the funny part is,
felt like
here's the thing, and I'm being completely transparent here. Kim spent all of our money.
we didn't have any.
Well, yeah, we did. We got something. We have a new sponsor. Lacima Restaurant Group,
Yeah.
Twin Peaks. Remember that one?
Yeah,
Oh
I
wait,
remember.
no, you were gone.
No, you told me about it, but
I told
how
you
did
about
Kim
it.
spend all our money already?
Well, look at. Do you see this room? I mean, this is a lot better than the last studio we had.
Okay. Okay.
And so then
I don't have a say in it. I just roll with it.
I know, you're just so easygoing.
Fact.
Okay, so we have to welcome somebody. Slim.
He's over there.
He's over there.
He's
Yep.
not saying. He's not saying much of anything. Slim's our new man. He's going to be the one that makes sure that last week's debacle never happens again.
I hope he does a better
Slim,
job
he's
with that.
laughing.
I know
He's
he's
laughing.
laughing. He's already talking more than Leo.
I'm actually kind of glad that you kind of screwed up a little bit last week. It just there's something about that just cheers me up.
Well, if we could, okay.
It just cheers me up.
All right.
Because obviously when you sent me that text message, you were filthy. You were as mad as. And what was my response? I was like, it's all right. Don't worry about it. We made a bogey. We'll just move on. Mine was a caddy response.
Listen.
You just made a bogey, and then we'll move on to the next. We'll go to the next. We'll move on. That's all I cared. I mean, it was a good show, but this one will be just as good.
Well, after 3.5 months, that you decided to leave, and we had to do it on Riverside. Thank you to the folks at Riverside.fm for being able to continue the podcast. I felt like we had a really good episode.
We did.
Because we let's be very honest with each other. We limped into the clubhouse on episodes 17 and 18.
Yeah, we did. We definitely limped in. And last week
we rebounded during the Masters.
Yeah, last week's was a good one, but we'll just have to rekindle that.
So
you've got notes. You've got notes.
I brought notes.
All right. Am I being
quizzed?
Tested?
What?
Am I being tested? Is this
No,
like a quiz?
No. You tested me during it, so I got answers.
I had to test you to it because you were telling absolutely porky pies, as we say in Australia, telling lies.
Wow.
This gentleman right here.
What lie did I tell?
That there's 6 majors. You think there's 6 majors instead of 4 because you want to add the Tour Championship and you want to add the players as majors, which is absolutely asinine. Anyway, and even Mike Conti agreed with me when we went and saw Mike. He agreed that you were absolutely out of line. Move on.
You had no issue when I said it during episode 14.
Yeah, it was a lot of Jameson ago.
Okay.
Oh, you mentioned Jameson?
Yeah, you can. We haven't gotten there yet. You've pretty much ruled us out of beer and liquor category because all you talk about is Ultra and Jameson. So you might as well just keep rolling with it. We could talk about our good friends at Twin Peaks, but
they sell Jameson and Mick Ultra too.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So all
right, move on.
Okay. So I also have to admit that you had a really good pick there with during the Truist with one Ricky Fowler, T15.
Yeah, he did. He played well.
Yeah.
He's in the PGA Championship this week.
And Colin Morikawa, who finished T17.
Yeah.
My guy, Russell Henley, finished down the path.
Do I look surprised?
So let's talk about what you missed while you were gone.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. You missed the Waste Management in February.
Oh, I didn't miss it. They still show golf in Australia,
You missed it. The Players in March.
We have TVs. I watched it all.
Yeah. You watched it on like tape delay or something.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Tape delay? Who does tape?
We did discuss the majors
like
where
VH1 or something like video recorders.
As you mentioned, I said that there's 6 majors.
Oh, there you go.
You continue to claim that there's 4, but you challenged me during our recording.
I did. I actually said, go do some homework.
Please.
And
why don't you enlighten the listener what you asked?
I'm going to enlighten the listener
Okay.
here because my partner here thinks there's 6 majors, which there's not, never has been, never will be. But I said, if you're going to do that, you might as well find out who then has won the most majors. Is if someone's might have won more Players Championships and Tour Championships, and said, give me all the numbers then, which are going to be completely irrelevant, by the way.
It is.
Completely, but
I'm
glad that you went home and did your homework.
Yes.
So give me the numbers.
Well, you also said that you were going to look. So did you look?
No,
you
chance,
didn't.
No chance.
Who would you guess is the most winningest player when you consider the 4 majors plus the Players plus the Tour Championship?
Tiger Woods.
Okay. You would be somewhat right.
I know.
Somewhat. Half.
He's tied with somebody.
Yes. Take a guess.
Jack.
No. Oh, here we go. Now the historian is...
Slim, anything? You gonna nothing? No
Slim is not going to help you on
cue
your
cards,
your
no
golf.
nothing, no Googling to let me know.
You're going to have to go back a long...
Slim
I will say
Slim
this.
and I are going to have to work on our
This gentleman did not win a Tour Championship. There was no Players Championships either at that time.
Give me the answer.
Sam Snead.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone that.
Both with 82. Now, I will do one better for you. Since you challenged me, I will always do the extra credit. You mentioned a little what Jack referred to as the 5th major.
Australian Open.
The Australian Open.
What, he won it like 7 times? 6 times?
Well, he won it 3.
The Australian Open?
Yeah.
No, he won it more than that.
I don't believe so.
Fine.
You're going to have to look that up.
I will. I'll get back.
I will tell you this.
Get back onto that one next week.
Okay. So, who would you say adding the Australian Open is?
Oh, I have to say it's Jack.
It's actually Tiger by 1. He only won 1 Australian Open.
He didn't play that many
in 2009.
Didn't play that many times.
So with 83 total victories, because they lump Players Tour Championship into your PGA wins, not as a major.
Yeah,
so I will concede that there is the 4 majors, I'm still going to call the players a fifth. Just
You could call it all that you want. It's just not.
well, I'm going to.
Is it recognised as a fifth major?
By most that are in the industry,
That's not what I asked.
and according
Is it
to
a yes
the
or no answer?
and according
It's
to
just
the
a yes or no answer.
and according to the internet, because
It's a
the
yes.
internet never lies.
It's a yes or no answer.
Okay, well, here we go. So do you know who's technically second or third?
In majors, which majors are we talking about? The 17
Well,
you just
the
added?
majors, we know who the
Yeah.
major leader is. That's Jack.
Yeah.
That's your buddy. We'll touch on that in a couple of weeks.
Yes, we will.
Wait till we get to the Memorial.
Yes, we will.
That's Mick's favorite tournament.
Actually, it's a good tournament.
Okay. Jack.
Wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. All right, pull out your numbers.
Jack has 76. And then this one
76 what?
wins.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the one that surprised me the most. Gary Player at 70.
So many things I'd like to say, but I won't.
Okay.
That might be one for off air. I'll have to give you that one off air and then see if I can actually bring that one to the podcast.
Okay. I like when we do producer show stuff
Yeah.
while we're on air, because that's always good.
He might have nudged a couple of things. along
Oh,
the way.
here we go. Do
Just
not
saying.
put us in a spot where we can get sued.
I said he may have.
Okay.
So he did.
Moving on, as you would say.
We haven't got any money. We haven't
you
got any
missed
money.
the
What are they
Masters.
gonna sue us for? We haven't got any money.
You missed the Masters.
It was on TV in
You
Australia.
missed the Masters.
Okay.
We broadcast live from our new sponsor, Twin Peaks.
Sal Jameson.
You missed it.
I did. I apologise.
You missed a very important one that I set up for us because of what you used to do. That was the Mitsubishi Classic presented by Venture, where I thankfully was able to set up an interview correctly with Stuart Sink, who then proceeded to go on and win the following week.
So we need to get some more players on here because we can actually tell them that they're going to win if they
Yes.
come on our show.
So I was
Okay.
thinking about this because you will not let me put Harris English into my category of players that I like to follow right now, because you
No, because
you
I claimed him
that-
earlier in the year.
Yeah, you claimed him because
You stole him.
because Eric is your good friend.
Yeah.
So even though he's a Georgia
I
Bulldog,
spoke
and
to Fucci this week too. I had a good chat with Fucci.
oh, you did.
Yeah, Justin Rose's caddy had a good chat with
Yeah,
Fucci a couple of days
It was
ago.
sad to see Justin have to withdraw.
Yeah. He'll be
Is
back.
he okay?
He's playing this week.
He'll be all right. Breaking news right now.
Playing this week.
Okay. You missed the Stewart interview.
I did. Well, I watched it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's why you knew about the studio,
Yeah.
because you did ask me, where did the couch come from?
Yeah.
And then we had plants in here too at that one.
What is that?
Well, I don't know what those are. We had like that table over there and all this other stuff. It was,
That's where our money went, right there. Those 3 plants.
yeah, those
Sweet.
fake plants that are on that table.
Sweet.
You were going to bring a tour bag.
Yeah, I forgot all about that today.
Yeah, okay.
I remembered it yesterday.
Okay. So during our wonderful podcast that we were doing that we didn't have any audio on, my fault, we talked about the Truist. Now that it's over, I'm going to give you credit, like I said. Ricky Fowler, T15, Colin Morikawa, T17. Russell Henley finished T46. Your guy, Harris English, T11.
So my boys had a good week.
But I'm going to say this. Our Georgia Bulldogs had a good week.
They did have a good week.
Sepp Straka.
Your Georgia Bulldogs, not mine.
Right. Because I'm not from here.
Me either.
Okay.
I'm actually
Mike-
I'm a Nebraska
Here-
fan.
Here
But I'll claim him. I'll claim the
How do
Georgia
you-
people.
I still don't know how you ever became a Nebraska fan when you never lived in Nebraska.
I've been there.
Once?
No, I've been to Lincoln 3-4 times to watch games.
Why?
Because when I first moved to Chicago, my first 3 roommates all went to the University of Nebraska. So they would take
So
me
by default-
So they would take me to games at Nebraska. Back in the good old days, in the Tom Osborne and Lawrence Phillips and, Tommy Frazier days when they were winning national championships.
Or tying for national
Well,
championships.
they should have won that one too. Anyway, but yeah, that's. What
do you mean they should have?
That's the
We went undefeated that
That's
year.
the background
Yeah.
of how I became a Nebraska fan. I do like the Georgia
We
Bulldogs.
beat the number 2 team in the country during the Rose Bowl.
Anyway.
Oh.
Michigan.
Yeah?
Okay. You can't get one show without Michigan getting mentioned. Not one show.
Well, I mean, Stewart's first win was up at up at Warwick. Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Move on.
Okay. So I got to give you credit for that. But let's talk about Sepp Straka. Beats Shane Lowry by 2.
Had a new caddy too, I noticed.
He did. Well, a game plan from a caddy on the sidelines looks like, and how would, say, for example, I'm caddying for one of our guys that we know and like, and I'm picking up the bag. How are you coaching me from the sidelines?
Well, basically, you go through the yardage book from the start of the week and just plot your way around and go, this is what we're going to do on each hole. And, if the wind's blowing a certain direction, this is what we're going to be doing. Par 5s, are they gettable? Are we going to lay up to here? What's the widest part of the fairways if we have to lay up, where the trouble is? You just go through a whole game plan of where you want to be at and stuff like that. So,
But this is on a course that they've never played.
yeah, but obviously, if I don't know what the injury was, was he able to walk the course and have a look around and stuff like that? And
I don't know those details.
I don't know those details either. But again, the yardage books are so good these days. But Sepp's a professional. Yeah, he knows what he's doing as well.
Well, this is his second victory this season,
Yeah,
so now he's got 4 PGA Tour victories.
Yeah, so he knows what he's doing as well. So he's not going to be fooled by this. I've been to courses where I was at the Canadian Open at Glen Abbey one year when the guy I was caddy for got stuck in immigration and couldn't get to the course until Thursday. He had never seen the course, so I had to go walk. So I go walk the course and go, okay, this is what we're doing, what we're going to do, what we're going to do, what we're going to do, what we're going to do. Stand on the tee and go, okay, you're hitting 3 wood off this tee. Okay.
Well,
where am I hitting it? Over there.
Well, there was an issue with Hideki last year with his caddy, who they had their passports and all their luggage stolen back as they were traveling, and he couldn't get back into the U.S.
Yeah. So you have those moments, but if we go and plot the course, the player has to trust you and say, and we had a pretty good round at the Glen Abbey that year, but the player was Anthony Painter from Australia. He said to me, well, maybe I wouldn't have hit driver on this hole, and maybe I'll hit 3 wood here tomorrow, because he doesn't see the trouble. He just hit it there, hit it at that spot there. Okay, hit it at that spot there. And sometimes it's a little easier that way. You don't know where the trouble is, you just go and hit it.
Well, when you're playing and not thinking,
yeah,
anyone that has played knows that you play better.
Yeah, best swing thought, no swing thought.
That wise words. So here's where my question though will go, because Sepp didn't play just a clean round, especially in the 4th round. He was up and down, a couple bogeys, I think 10 and 11.
Oh, they were all over the place.
He was up and down. Yeah, between him and Shane, we were on a roller coaster.
Yeah, and that last hole was like.
How? Okay, you're on the bag. We're buddies. How are you calming me down when I'm going through that? Even though I'm a professional and
if you're not a caddy, you're just a buddy.
No, well, yeah, you're my buddy, and we've played lots of rounds.
That's a hard one. At that stage, it's just probably don't say much. If you're a buddy, just let it roll. Don't say too much. Just let him do it too.
I'm making fun.
Oh, you'd be trying to make fun. You'd be trying to have a laugh out there. You'd be trying to lighten the mood, exactly.
Okay.
But I think having a buddy probably trying to sound like a professional caddy probably wouldn't be a good idea. I wouldn't think.
Well, I don't think you go out there and you can.
No,
you can't. That would. It's like you.
Well,
and I,
as it works out well. Sometimes it's easier.
We're not professional broadcasters.
No, we're not.
Slim's finding out real fast over here.
Obviously, after last week.
That's audio tech, by the way. Not. We did the broadcasting side fine.
Oh, well,
it was the audio side.
Couldn't hear it.
It was the audio side.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah. Okay.
Next notes.
Right.
Nobody doesn't carry notes. I'm actually.
I carry notes. So Sepp, this catapults him into 2nd in the FedEx Cup standings.
Yep.
He has got to be a guarantee lock now on the European Ryder Cup team.
Oh, 100%.
Because you got to remember, he was left off 2 years ago.
2 years ago, he was left off. Yeah, 100%.
Not that they needed it, but
no, he'll be on for sure. He's class player.
I'm looking forward to. So we had a lunch meeting today with Alex Urban from the Tour Championship. Alex was on episode 16, I think, if I remember right.
He was.
Yeah, that was right when you were gone. Okay. We were talking today that if I had to place money and bet, which I don't,
I do.
I would be putting a lot of money on the European Ryder Cup team.
Yeah.
Now, he countered back with the fact that it is so pro home team with course setup that he doesn't know if that's the case. What would you say to that?
I don't think course setup matters as much anymore. These guys play over here all the time. Doesn't matter how you can't Americanize the course for these guys. These guys play here all the time. They know how to play on these courses over here. I mean, obviously it's a little different.
So he brought up stats and metrics.
Mm-hmm.
This last time, most of the European players, their approach numbers from 140 to 146. On paper, we're going to beat the Americans.
On paper.
On paper. Now, clearly they went out
and
and did it.
This is why we play the games.
Right. I'm just saying the advanced stats can put a group ahead.
Yeah, I don't buy into the stats with golf and stuff like that. You've got to execute on the day. You got to execute on the day. It's a whole different animal. It's like, I understand metrics in baseball and lefty versus lefty and righty versus righties and all that sort of stuff. And
by the way, this wasn't a part of my show notes.
well, I know you throw a curveball at me occasionally, but
well, this is kind of where we were going.
I don't think you can Americanize a course. I don't believe that you can set courses up hometown advantage. Now the crowd can play into it.
Well, what do you think the crowd in New York is going to be like?
I've been to Bethpage Black. I've been in the playoffs there. It is quite a unique experience, if I want to put things delicately.
Oh, yeah, please. We don't need any...
You don't want to upset the New York fans and call them obnoxious?
No.
Okay, I wouldn't do that then.
We need the New York fans. We need New York fans. They do really well with our podcast numbers.
Yeah, no, they're good. Okay. I mean, they love their golf up there, and I've been fortunate enough to caddy around Bethpage Black with Ernie and Phil Nicholson, and it's quite the loud experience.
Did you hear different names that you've never heard of in your entire life?
Yeah. It was.
Is there anything you could share on this podcast? Remember, there are kids listening. Even though we've talked about all sorts of things on this podcast, is there anything you could share from your time?
Oh, I think when we come to 17, the par 3 there, I think it was 17, might have been, I can't remember now. And Greg, I was caddy for Greg Owen, and he's got the British flag on his, on my bib.
Yep.
And this loud New Yorker yells out, "I'm going to have my monies on the guy from Sweden," because he thought it was the Swedish flag on the back. So, yeah, it was.
He must have been a few Michelob Ultras in.
Yeah, there might have been a few Michelob deep into that one. A few comments there. Ernie was very frustrated.
Yeah.
Ernie was very frustrated with the crowd. I think he even let a couple of them have it on the same hole about maybe you should be quiet.
Whoa. Okay.
Certain different language, South African.
In his Ernie way?
In his Ernie way,
okay.
Yeah. He was not thrilled with the crowd. Right. It's a different animal up there.
We also have to talk about the full field event that happened in Myrtle Beach, the ONEflight Myrtle Beach Classic.
Oh, yeah, won by a Kiwi.
Well, yeah. Pretty impressive win by a Kiwi.
Nice little chip in there.
Yeah, 54 feet, 53.6, but who's counting? Out of position the entire time during the playoff. And
never looked like winning. Until he won.
Until he won. Until he chipped it in.
It never looked like winning until he won.
So Ryan Fox, this is his first PGA Tour victory.
Correct.
This is going to set Ryan Fox up.
He's a good player. Yeah. Really good player.
I like, I know you and I, during our first podcast, the only quote-unquote player that we were looking at was Tom Kim. I know we did talk about Mackenzie Hughes, and look at Mackenzie ended up, coming second in the playoffs. But when you look at these full field events, we've got another first-time winner on the PGA Tour.
Yep.
He is now qualified for a 2-year exemption, 300 FedEx Cup points, and he gets to play in next year's Masters. That's a game changer.
Oh, it's a huge game changer.
So
Huge game changer.
I know you and I really didn't do a lot of deep diving into the ONEflight Myrtle Beach Classic.
No, we did not.
Though, James did remind me that we could have gone and hung out at the Twin Peaks there in Myrtle Beach because they have that location.
Well, I only just got back.
Well, I know. I know.
me.
Well,
I just
really,
got back.
now you're going to do this.
Oh,
Now you're going to make Slim do all sorts of editing.
Oh, well, I've got jet lag.
Okay.
I seriously do. It's horrible.
What else did we? What else?
We're going
did
to
we
talk about the PGA Championship.
Well, we can because that's what we're going to. Do you want to start with how you wanted to repick your selection?
Yeah, I want Rory to win.
Oh, welcome to.
I do want Rory to win because it'll be. Let us know if
Yeah,
you've
you
ever
did.
played. If
You
you've
made
ever
a challenge.
If you've ever played that after a round of golf with your boys and you go out for dinner or you're at the club and you decide to play credit card roulette, drop us a line and I think what I'll do is I'll get a nice little prize for us. Whoever can come up with the best story about credit card roulette in the comments, I'll come up with something for you.
Is it the story or how much they lost?
Both.
Ooh. So it's a 2-pronged contest.
Both.
Okay.
And want to know how the reaction was from your wife or girlfriend / partner.
Do you want them to post that on our socials? Where do you want them to send this information?
Oh, that's up to you. You're in charge of all that
I'm in
stuff.
charge.
I don't know any of that.
Slim, do you see how this works? Okay.
Like he wants me to do something.
Let's
Slim,
do it
please.
this way. Post them on our Instagram. I wouldn't say I don't see this as a TikTok type of
Oh, that's right. I forgot we're on
execution.
TikTok. I had to download them.
So we'll say let's go to our Instagram page.
I'm too old to be on TikTok.
Drop us a comment off of this podcast. We'll have some social clips.
Yeah.
We'll put this in a clip and drop it.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And then I want to know, the biggest loss and what the reaction was, and yeah, I'll come up with something for you. Maybe a new driver or something. I'm sure I can come up with something.
He's got connections, folks. What else do you want to go over? Anything else?
No, I think that was it. Wasn't it? Was that all we talked about last week? I don't know. I mean, we did a lot of talking last week, but obviously
You made a lot. You were making fun of me quite a bit last week. This episode's gone a lot better than last week's.
What was I making
I
funny?
guess
What
I'm
was I
kind of
making
glad.
funny about last week?
Well, we started. I think it was the. I don't know the 6 majors.
Oh yeah,
was-
I'll make fun of you that forever because that's ridiculous. And so, please drop a line and tell him how silly he is. It's just ridiculous. Please be on my side on this one. This is just dumb.
now he's soliciting votes. This is
Actually. Please take a vote. Who's right? Is there 4 majors or 6? Take a vote. Mick or wrong?
Mick or wrong.
Yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic. Okay. Let me see my notes here. Make sure we've got everything covered since the last time we didn't get everything done. Okay. Sleeper picks. You have Jason and Ricky.
Yes.
Okay. Any of the Corebridge 20.
The Corebridge 20.
Yes, these are the Professional Golf Association.
Oh no, none.
So you don't see Michael Block making another run.
No.
How about Tyler Collette?
No.
You do know he won the tournament by 10 strokes.
Yeah, no. No.
That's pressure.
This is a major tournament. No, not happening.
You don't see him. What about making the cut?
No.
None of the 20 are going to make the cut.
No. Even Slim just went, damn. Did you hear him?
I know.
He went, damn.
Because
I didn't even hesitate then. No, like, no.
I said it. on
How
the
many
la-
do you think will make it?
I think Andre Chi.
So you think 1?
No, actually, I think out of the 20, 3 of them are going to make the cut.
3 out of 20.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see
I may
it.
sneak, or no, I may go 1 might sneak in somewhere, but no. I'm not.
One might sneak in.
Yeah.
How about they are playing really good golf and they just had the tournament like 2 weeks ago. They're in prime form.
This is a major. It's a whole different animal mindset.
Well, I will say this. I don't see us having another Michael Block scenario that we had 2 years ago.
No.
Where we're hitting hole-in-ones and
Which was fun. It was fun TV. It was good TV to watch. But
Oh, it was great. It was a great story for the 15 minutes. That
yeah, and then he got himself a few dollars out of it and got to go to Australia and play over there for I think an extra $200,000 of appearance money or whatever it was they paid him.
Yeah. No, I've got Andre Chi making the cut.
Okay.
But I'll say 3. I'll say 3 of the guys.
I'll go with 1. I'll throw one lucky one.
See, Slim, you see how fast he just folded like that. He said none, no hesitation, and now he's like, "Oh, I'll give him 1."
Just one might sneak in.
Okay.
I still think it'll be none, but I'll just throw one in there just to appease you.
You're not appeasing me.
All right, then none.
I'm being respectful
Then
to
none.
the
I'm respectful to them
wonderful
too.
29,000 PGA members out there that are teaching the wonderful game. We got to get Slim involved with one of them because Slim told
I
us.
think they do a phenomenal job, the PGA of America.
I think PGA professionals, just professional golf instructors.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job.
I would like to see more of them be involved in this. But it is run by the PGA Association. Okay. So that's who, and I've got Russell Henley as my sleeper pick. Again. I had him on
I think
my...
it's a sleeper pick if you keep picking him every week.
Well, no, I had him on my list to watch last week. I think
But
he
still
can
picking him.
win it.
Oh, he's got no chance. Slim, no chance. Save your money, mate. He's got 0.
He is the 8th ranked player in the world.
I've come out feisty today, haven't I? I've walked in feisty today.
8th place.
I'm jet lagged, you see. I'm still grumpy from the airlines.
You are kind of cranky today.
Well, the airlines.
Well, it was so. Let's really pull back the curtain. He was mad at me because we didn't finish till 5:00 last Thursday, which is, by the way, Thursday is one of the worst days in Atlanta to travel at any point, especially coming out of downtown. And you had to go sit in traffic, and the Peach Pass was
a standstill.
Which
is pretty good since I got back Tuesday night and had no sleep. I hadn't slept in like 40 hours, and then to come here Thursday and then sit in that traffic Thursday was, it didn't really cheer me up that much.
You did get to see executive producer Kim downstairs.
I did.
We were looking for her, but she was gone, and then you ran into her.
She was manhunting.
Oh. Didn't think that would be making the podcast today.
She's going to love that one, isn't she?
She is.
She's going to come at me like there's no tomorrow with that one.
By the way, she's at her daughter's graduation today, so
I can't.
she's not going to hear about this until she hears the episode.
I'm going to get this one really good. Slim's like, I might cut that
Slim,
one out.
do not edit this out.
He's like, not going to cut that one out for you.
This needs to be in there. Slim's going to realize we do make fun of Kim quite a bit. He knows her from a completely different side of part of this business.
I love you.
And I
do love you, Kim.
It is her fault. I'm just being very transparent here. It's her fault that this is happening, that this podcast.
Yeah,
happens.
she put it all together. She was her idea.
Yeah, you just the beer really made you and I get together.
Yeah,
but it was her that made this thing become and Mike Conti.
And Mike Conti.
Yeah, we have to blame Mike too.
Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been good, but yeah, I was like I said last Thursday. I was very jet lagged, and I'm actually still struggling a little bit. I'm having trouble getting my sleeping pattern back together. So,
well, maybe by next week when we do this again, you'll be in better shape.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm in good shape.
You're wearing a golf shirt. By the way, that was the one thing we talked about. You have a new shirt that you got.
Yeah, it's got a stain on it.
It's got a stain on it already?
I haven't worn it.
Your new Jameson.
Oh, no, not that one. I thought you were talking about the Atlanta Drive one.
What?
I thought you were talking about the Atlanta Drive one.
You got a stain on it already?
You gave it to me with a stain on it.
No, I didn't. It was in a bag.
I put it on today. No, it literally had a stain on it. Because I literally put it on today, brand new. And I looked down and there was a stain on it. Seriously, 100%.
Send me a picture.
I will. I'll get the Tide pen out. I'll fix it.
Okay.
Yes, I got a Jameson baseball jersey given to me by one of my buddies with my name and football jersey number on the back. It's very nice. Should I wear it in?
You should. Well,
you told me I can't do
Slim,
shameless plugs.
Slim, here's the thing. He wears a baseball jersey every episode.
Except for today.
Any team that you would have ever imagined.
No, I have all teams. I literally have every
He has
team.
over 60.
I have different 60. Yeah, I have 60 different jerseys of all different teams. But no, I just decided to go golf shirt today. There's a major coming up, so I went golf hat, golf shirt, tried to look the part. All right, won't do that again.
Well, this is a first, and
Won't do that again.
I know. I mean,
no more golf shirts. Okay, I won't wear any more golf shirts.
You look very professional
Nope,
today.
no more golf shirts. Done.
It's like you're interviewing or
Hats
something.
on backwards.
That's usually the look.
I know. But I just.
But ever since you went home, I think Dad straightened you out while you were gone.
Well, doesn't matter how old you are, you still listen to your father.
Yeah, well, it's a wise idea.
87 years old.
It's a good thing you took care of him,
I did. He was drinking Jameson with me when he was better. Don't worry.
and he's still on his beer limit.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
Your mates are keeping
He's
him
only
in
had
track.
one beer apparently since I've left.
That's good.
That is good.
All right. Anything else you want to cover before we get away?
No, I think that's it, mate. We've covered my jet lag. We've covered how silly you are. 6 majors.
You're getting antsy on that couch over there.
No,
It's like you want to get up and like go have a beer
I
and
kind of
run
like
around.
it. No, I'm not having a beer tonight. I'm going to try to get my sleeping.
Oh, by the
back
way,
on.
our illustrious living quarters over here, we have too much bougie beer, according to Mick.
In this area?
Yeah,
Oh, this is ridiculous.
yeah.
They don't have anything down there that would resemble a Budweiser, a Miller Lite, or an Anheuser-Busch product. It's just all this bougie stuff. You have a beer down there, and it's like, what lagers do you have? And it's something that's $11. Not happening.
It's so good to have him back. So good to have him back. All right.
What beer do you drink downstairs?
What's that?
What beer do you drink downstairs?
I don't. I drink cocktails.
I don't drink cocktails.
Yeah. Saints and Council downstairs. Serve a good cocktail.
There's a fair plug.
Well, they take good care of them.
All right.
Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for teeing up with us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, X, TikTok, and of course, YouTube for all of our shorts, updated content, and any silly clips or contests that Mick wants to throw at you. We hope your drives are straight, your putts are short, and your scores are low. As we tee it up on Tales from the Tips, we'll see you next time.
See you, kids.